Hey guys, welcome back to Wonder Walkers, and we just wanted to let you know that we are back, finally.
We're very sorry that we haven't been here for I think it's been 7 months since we last uploaded
It's
a
been
video.
a while.
So today's video is going to be talking about what we've been doing this year and because 2020 has been a pretty crazy year for not just us, but for everyone worldwide. So that's what we're going to talk about today and let you in on what we've been doing.
So obviously coronavirus has been a major factor this year in probably why we haven't posted much content and we haven't been able to travel, and that's been a pretty big downer, I think, for us and probably for a lot of people out there. And unfortunately, that's kind of taken a toll on how much we've been able to produce in terms of content and how much we've had to focus on other things and other streams of income and trying to stay afloat this year, because it has been very tough. We feel that our hobby had been taken away from us for the last 7 months or so, and it's been hard. We haven't been able to really delve into Wonder Walkers like we wanted to. We haven't been able to add those extra things that we talked about wanting to incorporate into our channel either, because we felt that wasn't really working as well as we thought it would. So that was another reason we were starting to get a bit overwhelmed, I think, with how much we wanted to do with the channel. And then obviously we couldn't even do travel this year, so it was very difficult to kind of get anything really moving with it.
Obviously this channel is very travel orientated, and we'd said at the end of 2019 that 2020 was going to be the year that we didn't travel internationally very much, if at all. I guess 2020 was a good year for us to pick to not travel internationally. We did have a plan to possibly go to New Zealand in the second half of 2020, so roughly about now. We also had plans to maybe go to Tasmania or to Melbourne a couple times, or even South Australia, and even travel just to rural towns in Australia, in New South Wales, because we really wanted to support local businesses in like rural areas that were affected by bushfires in early 2020, but unfortunately due to coronavirus we haven't actually been able to do any of those things. So we've kind of been stuck in the one place. Even though we're not in lockdown anymore, it just feels like we've been in lockdown. And
to an extent we have had to be quite careful in New South Wales. Victoria had it a lot worse, but we've had to stay quite cautious with what we're doing and where we're going, and just really making sure that we are staying cautious. So that's kind of been a huge factor in our lack of content this year, and also the fact that we're living at home and still living at home saving for a house. It does make it very difficult to produce content like we used to.
Yeah, we're living at home with Kaylee's parents at the moment, and it's their house. They are often home during the day, so we don't have like a specific place to film videos like this. And like we said, we haven't been able to go out and take a lot of footage and produce a lot of content, so we've sort of been in this weird place where we can't film at home because there's a lot of distractions and a lot of things going on in the home, and we can't go out traveling and creating content outside either. So it's been really hard to actually create the content we wanted to create.
This is actually just a really makeshift setup that we've got at the moment. We're in my mum and dad's garage, and we've just painted a wall and got some flooring, and we just sort of set this up as a temporary space. But we are hopefully moving closer to buying a home very soon, I would like to think.
So that's one thing we have been doing this year, is due to coronavirus and not being able to travel, we have been able to save a lot of money that would have otherwise gone to travel for a house. So we are saving quite well for a house at the moment. So hopefully within the next couple of months, we can move into our own space and create more content and just live a better life. I think this year's brought our mental health down to pretty low levels at certain times. We never actually got the virus, and a lot of people have had it worse and their mental health has been a lot worse than ours, but there have been points where we've been so anxious and so depressed because we can't do anything and we can't go anywhere, and it has felt like we have been kind of trapped and unable to do all the things we really want to do. So it has been a hard year for that as well.
I think so many people are probably going through the same thing at the moment. For anyone out there who tends to have travel as a hobby or tends to live their lives quite freely, I think this year has been a massive turning point for them, and just a different way of living that we've really had to start coping with, which, it's fine. We're going okay, and we're just really trying to make some promises to ourselves now that we're really going to start trying to make the content that we've always wanted to make for Wonder Walkers and actually making those promises, like actually getting it done.
A couple of other things that have prevented us from creating more content is I actually got a new job just before coronavirus hit, which was a really good timing because I was unable to make money otherwise. Kaylee's business has been doing pretty well considering coronavirus as well, so she's been focusing on that, and she's got a new studio if you've been following her channel as well. We've also got our dog Suki. She's doing really well. She just turned 1 about a month ago, so it's been a year since we got her, and we haven't really put much content onto our channel with her involved. So one of the things we want to do going forward is have a lot of videos, and even on our blog, talking about how to travel with dogs and pet-friendly travel, really. I've also been working on my own things. I've got a few projects up my sleeve that I've been working on behind the scenes. Again, coronavirus and living at home with parents has prevented it from fully taking off, unfortunately, but hopefully those are going to come to fruition completely in the next couple of months as well. Some other exciting news, I guess, is that we do have new equipment. We're filming on my new A7 III camera. I've been wanting a Sony A7 camera for about 4 years. I originally wanted the A7R II when that first came out, and that was probably like 2014 or 2015.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I have always just kind of put it off, and I went traveling and spent money on travel and other things, and just kind of dealt with what I had, like just got over it and just kind of used what I had. But this year I was like, no, I have to get it. I've been saving for this for too long, been putting it off for too long. I needed to get it, so hopefully the content, video-wise and photography-wise, will be even better.
So it's actually our 7th anniversary next week, and we have considered maybe doing a nice day trip or something like that for content as well, so we might keep you updated with that. We're not really sure what we're going to do yet, though, but oh my god, 7 years, that's gone really quickly.
We're also considering going to like Byron Bay or something. We've never actually been there before. Yep. For our 7th anniversary, earlier in the year before coronavirus, we did consider going to Tasmania, but unfortunately Tasmania's borders aren't open to New South Wales residents yet, so we can't do that. So we're thinking about going up to Byron Bay instead, just for a couple of days. Neither of us have actually been there. Or actually, I have been there for a day trip. Got fish and chips and then left and went up to Queensland. So I technically haven't been there or explored it or been to any of the hot spots or anything. So we'd like to go when it's not school holidays and before summer, when everyone's got the time off and everyone who's been in lockdown and staying away from traveling for the last 6 or 7 months, before they get the chance to go as well. So we're kind of waiting for a good time to go.
So we are thinking about doing some little trips here and there, while there are still kind of further restrictions in place with some of the borders and things like that, but we are looking at traveling hopefully a lot more locally in the next year or so if we can do it, and maybe even back to New Zealand at some point. Hopefully, if there's a travel bubble, fingers crossed, that does happen eventually. It's starting to look better now with that happening, so hopefully I've got my fingers crossed maybe for next year sometime. But we'd like to do a lot more photography content too. We feel like that's a big part of our channel that we haven't really focused on enough, and even some more tutorials and things like that, and bringing some of my channel over to this channel in terms of how to edit some of your travel photos and things like that. We really want to kind of focus on that a bit more upcoming with our videos too.
Thank you for being patient with us, and thank you for watching this video. We're going to really try to update you more often and create more content in the next coming weeks. So we've got quite a few things planned, and a few things that we really want to do and put on this channel. Please subscribe, stay here. We will be back. We aren't going anywhere just yet. We are looking forward to creating more Wonderwalkers content. We actually miss this sort of stuff, like the travel stuff and getting on here, and it's a break from what we do in our personal lives and in your own personal business.
Yeah.
So
it's very different, and I like that. I like that it's like another outlet for me to be creative or to do travel related stuff, which is always one of my favorite things to do.
So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and follow us on Instagram, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye guys.